So in this video, we're going to be going over how we would use the Jobber app on a day-to-day basis as a technician. This is pretty much how you're going to track everything from your hours, see your schedule, see the jobs for the day, be able to text the client how far we are from the jobs. You're going to be able to add any expenses that you may spend on here, see who you're working with. Pretty much everything that you're going to be doing on a day-to-day basis will be through this app. You can also see any notes on jobs. You can see all the details of the jobs, exactly how we quoted it, so you know exactly how to do them. All right, so we're going to open up the Jobber app here. The first thing we're going to take a look at is, so today is Sunday the 18th. And you can see here that there's no work here. The name up here is alt account. This is just the name, so that way I can do practice things like this, like make videos and basically demonstrate how this app works. So up here you can see you got February. You can change the month by going back, forward, and so forth. All right, so you can see, you know, if we have work scheduled for, you know, let's say we have commercial cleanings, we're going to schedule these in pretty soon here. So those are going to be in the springtime as well as in the fall. So you'll be able to see those all the way up until October. And we'll see who's working and everything like that already is going to be in there as well. So February 18th here, if we are looking here, you can look at this view in 3 different type of sections. So you can go by day, meaning that if you're on the 18th here, all right, you can scroll down and you can see on the bottom here, you can see the time frame. All right, of it, and it's pretty accurate to what time it is. So you can see it's 8:39 p.m. right now, and it's, you know, 2/3 of the way there. All right, so then I can click on list, and I'm gonna see if I can close this out a bit too. There we go. Sorry. So yeah, this is how you can close this tab to get that out of the way. So if I go back to day here, we can see, you know, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., the whole day. Tells you the current time. If we click on list, it says no scheduled appointments, and then map, you can see the map where you're located, all right, and then where all the jobs would be for the day. So let's go ahead and show you guys what the jobs would look like if you are scheduled for work on that day. All right, so if we click on Monday here, you can see that it says up here alt account 0 out of 2, all right, and that means that we have completed 0 out of those 2 jobs for the day. Or you have, because this is for your only account. You guys will be assigned certain jobs, and in them, you know, it'll only show up your jobs on your account. Anything else will be, you know, people's apps are all going to look a little bit different. All right, so you can see here that we're looking at the list. This is the 19th. We can change the date up here by going back and forth. All right, I like to keep it in the list version. It keeps it clean and simple. If we click on map, we can see where the jobs are located. So I just did this for a demonstration purpose. I've made it far away. So let's say at 10 a.m. we have to be over here in Columbus, right? You can see the 10 a.m. job over here, and then you can see the 2 p.m. job back over here, all right? We can look at this as well in the day. So we can see that at 10 a.m. we have a gutter cleaning and inspection for Pete, and then at 2 p.m. from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. we have a seamless gutter installation with Jacob. All right, so you can look at this in, like I said, 3 different ways, all 3 of these, okay? And you can see, like I said, ahead of time, so you can see here. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to click on that, but you can go ahead and click on map here. You can see the jobs over here in Massachusetts. You can click on list, you can see it there as well. It tells you the name of the customer, tells you the time, the address, and then any notes are on the bottom, and then also the title of the job, so seamless gutter install. Same thing over here. And then on the map, right, so most of the time when you guys are driving around, you probably want to view this on the map section or the list. So what you can do is you can click on any name, right? So let's go back to Monday. So let's say we want to go to our first job. We'll click on the name here, all right? You can see the visits for Pete V, gutter, cleaning, and inspection. It says the address up there. I don't know why it's so weird, but T545 Ohio 45786. That's the address. All right, you can see the time, the date, what time we're going to be arriving to. All right, and then also up here you can see this little phone bar. So if any reason you guys need to call the customer, let's say there's an emergency, or let's say you guys want to let the customer know something, you know, while you're on site, you can go ahead up here and actually call the customer yourself from your personal cell number. All right. Also up here you have your directions, so you can click on this and you can see exactly where the address is. All right, it'll take you to the house. All right. It says the drive time there. Okay. You can head back over to the app here. We also have an option here that I would like you guys to use. So whenever you guys are about 15 to 20 minutes away, you can go ahead and on here and you can click this. And what it'll do is it'll automatically, if you hit send text, it'll automatically send them, you know, how far you are. So be there in 15 minutes, be there in 10, be there in 30. So whenever you guys are leaving your previous job, you can go ahead and do that, or leaving for the morning. Just click on that and just let them know. All right. So that's all of that up top. Again, directions, the reminder text if you ever need to call them, customer info, address, what the job is. All right. Now, right here, we have these two green buttons. We can see start timer as well as complete visit. So what these are for is to pretty much track our jobs and to let us know as well as the customer know how long they take, how long we're there for, and all the good stuff. So when we get to the job, it's important that we hit start timer, all right? And you can see that this starts to count, okay? So if you guys have to leave for any reason, you don't have to pause this. I know there is a pause button, but you don't have to. Just leave it rolling the whole time, all right? And what will happen is this just tracks the time of the job. And then over here is a very important button. We're going to go back to that in a few minutes, all right? So if we come down here, you can see the instructions, all right? It has job forms, so collecting pay, all right? So that's on every single job. That's going to be linked there. All of your job forms are pretty much what needs to be done. So this is either going to say like, gutter cleaning. It'll have like a checklist of how to make sure you clean the gutters the proper way. Now, you guys are all trained, so that should not be an issue, but it will have that in there sometimes, especially if it's like custom jobs, like if we're doing repairs on apartment complexes and there's a lot of notes, those will be in there, all right? Every job to do, so these are all the after job marketing things you guys can do, and asking for the reviews and things like that, putting down the yard signs, and then the collecting pay, how you would do that step by step. So if you ever forget, it's in there, all right? Down here, you can see the line items. You can see the gutter cleaning, what that entails, all right? The time that we're going to be there, and then the team. So if there's multiple members with you, you can see the team at the bottom here, all right? So that's pretty much everything for the visit. The details are over here. You see the jobs for, the job number, all right? If there was a connection with the person or whatever, it would be there. So let's say, my dad for some reason refers us. Sometimes I'll tell my guys, hey, make sure you guys do a great job. This is one of my dad's customers, right? That might be in there. Notes over here. So any notes will be on this side. Please watch out for landscape and plants, all right? So if I ever have any notes, it'll come up over here. You guys can take a look at that to make sure, hey, the lady wanted to make sure that her plants aren't going to get damaged, so watch out for those, all right? Now we'll head back over here to visit. When you guys finish the job, you can go over here and hit complete visit. Now, this message is going to pop up, blank job form, all right? That pops up because these are not completely filled out. If you go like this, all right, and you fill all of these out, like so, save, all right? Let's say I go back over here and I try to complete visit, it's going to say the same thing, all right? If I go over here and I check all these off, all right? Now, what will happen is, I'll show you guys what will happen first, so that way I can actually show you. But what will happen is, if you check all of them off, it'll just let you complete the visit. But if not, you don't have to do all of them. Just make sure that you guys are taking a look at them, because I know it's annoying to have to click all of them. So you can go ahead and hit complete visit here. All right, now complete visit. So that's all you guys have to do. Now, as soon as you guys do that, what's going to happen is they're actually going to get invoiced from our system. So when you guys hit complete visit, they're automatically going to get sent a bill. All right, we might be setting something up where you guys have the option to bill them right up front, okay? If they are paying with a check or cash, there's envelopes inside of the filing bins inside the trucks. Go ahead and put them in there, all right? Also, there's envelopes in there if you guys need to label who is who, okay? So for any cash orders, you guys can put those in there. All right, so let's go ahead and head back out here, all right? Now we can see here that this timer is still rolling because I forgot to turn it off, all right? So if I pause it, we can see that this is now check marked off. We can see up here it says 1 of 2, and it's gray. If we head over to the map here, we can see it's gray and it says completed. So it's actually pretty cool. You guys can see what jobs you've done for the day, how many you got left, all right? List, day, it's gray, same thing. So again, all of these are viewed in it's the same information, just viewed in 3 different ways. All right, so we're gonna head back over here. This would be the exact same thing. Instructions, watch out for plants, make sure all extensions are 5 feet or longer, check all fascia damage. All right, exact same thing, tells you the breakdown and the team members, okay? Now, another thing I'm gonna show you guys is the timesheet. So when you guys get to work for the day, what you can do is, so you can see here that when you hit that timer, no matter what, if you forget to clock in, it's going to track your hours. Even if one person from the job doesn't, it's not you, it's still going to track it if you're on the same job site as them, all right? So it's important that when you guys get here in the morning, though, that you guys don't forget, you hit clock in, all right? What this is going to do is it's going to start a timer, okay? And then when you guys get done with the job or done with the work for the day, when you get back to the shop or back to the house, you can go ahead and hit clock out, All right. Now, something that's kind of unique is that you can't go ahead and do anything past the current date. All right. So if it's, the 18th, you can't do any time ahead. If I go back a day, Saturday, I can't do that. All right. Only the day that you're on, you can edit it. Now, if for some reason you forget or whatever the case may be, just let me know. I can actually change this myself. All right. And also right here, you can add a note right here. So let's say, you forgot to start it for 2 hours. You can say, hey, I forgot to start it till 9 o'clock. Can you please add 2 more hours to my time? Right. Everything's in there. So it's important you guys do that. All right. Now you can see here, if you click on the calendar, you can also see the time worked. So if you wanted to see, how long you worked last week, you can go ahead and do like this. Click on all the days and you can look at all the hours and add it up. So that way you can make sure that you're getting paid properly. Now, obviously I make some mistakes sometimes, and so does a computer. So if at any point you feel like this is inaccurate, come and talk to me. All right. Now, that's pretty much everything for you guys. All this other stuff is not really too important. Again, there's going to be more information added in here in the future for you guys, maybe possibly billing people if it comes down to it. But for right now, we're just going to keep it simple. All right. Again, all of your information and dates can be looked at up here. Go back to schedule. You can see all your jobs. All right. Again, you can see this as far as you want to, as far as it's scheduled. All right. And you can look at it in a 3-day. You can look at it in a day. You can show unscheduled appointments on map view, show weekends on week view. All right. You can change all that stuff. Okay. Now, one last thing before we stop this video is if you want to come over here and there's ever in a time where we have to, obviously we have tools in the truck and we have materials, but sometimes we have to stop at Home Depot, stop at Ace, grab something, whatever the case may be. You head over to this arrow or this plus button right here. You can click on this expense button and you can actually type what the expense was, description, the date, the total. So let's say it was $27.97. All right. This, don't worry about that. Accounting code, don't worry about that. Link job. So let's say there was a job that we were doing and I want you guys to label this so that way I know what it's for. So let's say it was for Pete. Click on Pete, it'll automatically link that. And if you guys want to actually take a picture of the receipt, you can go ahead and do that. There is a folder inside, or not a folder. There's an envelope inside the filing bin. So if you guys ever need to put it in there, you can do that as well. All right. So that's that. So we'll save that. All right, and it'll have expense saved. Okay. So I will get notified with that, and then that actually helps us out a lot. Keep track of filing and accounts. So all right, that's pretty much it for the Jobber app. Like I said, everything else will be inside the Notion, but this is what you're going to do on a day-to-day basis, clocking in, looking at your jobs, looking at your schedule, pretty much everything you need to know. I'm going to click back in here and see if there's anything else I missed. Nope, looks good from there. So again, directions, reminder text, you have the customer's info up here, name, job, address, time, the instructions, job forms, the line items, so what we're actually going to be doing. All right, team members, date, and then any notes are over here. All right, so that's it for this video.